And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we seek to be led and guided by our Honorable Minister, a former diplomat who's also been India's permanent representative to United Nations and whose stewardship continues to position India at the center of global energy dialogue. I request Excellency Shri Hardeep Singh Puri ji, the Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, for his keynote address.
Your Excellency, Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, Minister of Industry and Advanced Technology, and ADNOC MD and Group CEO from the United Arab Emirates, I want to thank you in particular for joining us this morning to deliver the keynote address. You were with us only a few days ago, and for you to come back is, I think, not only for me, a personal, reassuring sign of your friendship and commitment for our joint ventures in energy security, but also a very big contributing factor for the success of this platform. I also want to welcome the Honorable Tim Hodgson, Minister for Energy and Natural Resources of Canada. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawantji, I have to express my appreciation not only for your presence here this morning, but I must say that in the very short time that this facility has been constructed, you personally and members of your government and other colleagues in Goa have been most helpful. And I think this is only the beginning of the journey. As we proceed, I would like to see this facility expanded to host not only events like this, but may become a major conference tourism center hosting for the country. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, captains from energy companies all over the world, students and entrepreneurs, friends from the media, namaste, good morning, and very warm welcome. As we gather here on the opening day of India Energy Week 2026, we are witnessing, and it would be an understatement, global turmoil affecting a large number of sectors, but the energy sector is certainly at the crux of them. And yet, it also shows that in the midst of all that turmoil, all stakeholders in the system, whether they are producers, consumers, technology providers, service providers, they can come together and in a reasonable, predictable way chart their ways through the challenges that we are facing. So a warm welcome to all of you. Insofar as India Energy Week 2026 is concerned, I am extremely reassured, grateful that we are hosting over 75,000 energy professionals in this session. This is a 35% growth over the 2024 edition, which took place here in Goa 2 years ago. Over 700 exhibiting companies, 57% growth compared to 2024 edition in Goa, 10 country pavilions and 11 thematic zones, with delegates from over 120 countries. We have more than 550 global speakers and who will engage with more than 110 strategic and technical sessions, reaffirming India Energy Week's role as a trusted global forum for shaping energy conversations and outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this year's theme, energizing growth, securing economies, and enriching lives, is both appropriate and timely. The strategic conference this year is further strengthened by a rich set of side events. I want to particularly mention the platforms such as the India-Arab Energy Dialogue, the conference on compressed biogas, startup challenges like Avinya 3.0, which has 161 applications, Vasudha 3.0, which has 20 global applications with 4 new countries, and dedicated hackathons expand engagement across innovation, collaboration, and knowledge sharing. Together, they ensure that dialogues at IEW span policy, technology, markets, and innovation. When we last met in New Delhi, the global energy system was already facing pressure from geopolitical shifts and structural change. Today, these pressures have, one could say, intensified, and the energy order continues to evolve in complex ways. Nearly 80% of incremental global energy demand comes from emerging and developing economies, with close to 60% originating in developing Asia. As these regions grow and gain wider access to mobility, cooling, and digital services, energy demand will rise further, both in scale and complexity. On the other hand, around 730 million people still live without access to electricity, and nearly 2 billion, almost 1/4 of the global population, continue to rely on cooking methods that are harmful to human health and well-being. This highlights that ensuring universal, affordable, and clean cooking energy access remains a central development and equity challenge for the global community. Insofar as countries like India are concerned, large populations, rising demand for energy, an international agency has estimated that over the next 2 decades, first they said 15–20% of the increase will come from India, then they said 25–30%, and now the estimate is as much as 35% of the increase in demand of global energy will come from India. We are diversifying our journey on the sustainable path. The figures speak for themselves. But equally, as we have moved to 20% biofuel blending, we are making major strides in green hydrogen, in compressed biogas, CNG, our emphasis on LNG. But having said all that, I must re-emphasize that if investment in existing oil and gas production were to stop today, global oil output would decline by around 8% annually over the next decade, equivalent to losing more than the combined annual production of Brazil and Norway. The history of energy has never been about replacement alone. It has been about addition. New sources have consistently complemented existing ones, allowing systems to expand and adapt. This remains the defining reality of the global energy transition. Insofar as we are concerned, our trilemma continues to be the same: consistent availability, affordability, and sustainability. Nowhere in the last 5 years, at no time, has any part of India ever felt that there has been a lack of availability of energy. And if there were to be, as my young colleague sitting next to me would say, for a democratically elected government, lack of energy has consequences which go very far. Equally, it is with great pride that I say that in India, affordability has been something that is the heart of the Prime Minister's campaign. And the Prime Minister has ensured that we have amongst the lowest energy prices in the world. They cannot be sometimes as low as my distinguished brother sitting on my left, but for a country like us, where energy is more than a question of energy security, it is about survival. Today in India, we have gone from 14 crore LPG cylinder connections in 2014 to 33 crores, 330 million connections, which means 330 million households have been connected. And for those who are beneficiaries of the Ujjwala scheme, we provide clean cooking gas to an household which costs barely 5 or 6 rupees a day. And simultaneously, for those who are not beneficiaries of the scheme, also it costs only 12 and 13 rupees a day. If I were a trade negotiator, I would say that is de minimis. I mean, that's very much within the affordable band of every household. Equally, we can say that we have been able to move very quickly, as the Honorable Prime Minister mentioned, and is the clip which you saw subsequent to the Prime Minister's inaugural address. We have opened large areas. Out of the 3.5 million square kilometers of our sedimentary basin, 1 million square kilometers, which was no-go area, has been opened up. We have introduced reforms. Last year, a major reform designed to boost energy security, invite investors, was introduced, and India launched the 10th OALP 10th bidding round, special coal bed methane bid round 2025, and the discovered small fields DSF4 bid round, opening significant hydrocarbon potential across our basins. In some of our deep and ultra-deep water exploration acreages awarded during the recent OALP 9, the 2D seismic line acquisition is already completed, and the 3D seismic line acquisition is 30% complete. I can assure you that as we move ahead, we will continue to reform, we will continue to ensure, as the Honorable Prime Minister mentioned, that India is where the global energy conversations are at their robust best. You can invest, participate in our activities, and scale and make for the world. India has become a leading hub of global capability centers with over 1,700 GCCs already established across the country. In just 5 years, their combined revenue has jumped from 40 billion in fiscal year 19 to 64 billion in fiscal year 24, with growth rate of 9.8% annually. This sector is projected to reach US $105 billion by 2030, supported by nearly 2,400 GCC employing over 2.8 million professionals. Friends, through cooperation, innovation, and shared responsibility, India stands ready to work with partners worldwide to build an energy future that is secure, resilient, and inclusive. Our reforms, investments, and programs reflect a clear commitment to build an energy system that supports growth, strengthens the economy, and improves the lives of our citizens. As the global energy landscape continues to evolve, the choices we make today will shape resilience, prosperity, and sustainability for decades to come. India Energy Week brings together the ideas, expertise, and leadership needed to convert dialogue into direction and direction into delivery. Over the coming days, this platform will foster partnerships and insights that strengthen energy systems across regions and economies. Let us approach this week with a shared focus on cooperation and outcomes. May India Energy Week serve as a catalyst for collective progress and a forum where solutions are shaped for the benefit of the world. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir, for your very comprehensive keynote address highlighting the committed energy transition and decarbonization pathway of India as it works with the nations of the world towards energizing growth, enriching the lives of our 1.4 billion people and securing economy.